What's up, guys? What's up? Give me a second. I'm just getting set up. For some reason, my phone has to be in the upright position right now, which is horrible. But that's all right. I'll still be painting some gold. We'll still be finding some shiny. Today, we're running a 1 gram gold nugget sales picker bag, is what we're going to check out today. Good old Bryan Thomas. My chat's just coming up on my screen, so I can't see who's been in the room yet. I do see 3D. What's going on? Jeff, welcome in. Yeah, we're going to get some gold tonight, brother. We're going to get some gold. AAA, I thought I saw you in here too. I don't know who else is here, but I appreciate everybody coming over. I know TO's running right now too, so if it's light right now, I get it. No big deal. It is what it is. But there she is. She's a heavy bag too. There's a 1 gram guaranteed, so we'll see what comes of it. Hopefully we get more than a gram, but you never know. I do know that I will get at least a gram. Now that I know it's, you're watching 3 streams right now. I feel you, brother. I feel you. And I appreciate you. So thank you for stopping by. Even if you don't hang out for too long, I get it. There's a lot of internet to watch right now. A lot of people on, a lot of support the show. So no feelings which way and or but. Hi, Shanna. How are you today? I haven't seen you before. Welcome. Today we are going to be painting for some gold. Throat Goat, what's going on? Gavin Bell, welcome in. Right on 3D. I got that aluminum heart pour up next to all my other pours that I won from you over on your channel, and I appreciate that. Still, that's a pretty cool piece. My daughter plays with it all the time. Every time she walks by my setup over there, she has to put her hands on it. She loves it. I think she's trying to get it from me, honestly. All right, so like always, I classify. So we're going to classify some dirt, see if we can't break it down and get some shiny out of the old girl. MSJ, welcome in, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I really do. And hey, please do take video of when you go and do that at the coin show. It's fun. You're gonna enjoy it, especially if you find gold. You're gonna have a really good time. But I appreciate you stopping by, MSJ. That's awesome. I know it's late over where you're at, so I hope so. I hope so. But please do take some videos so we can check her out. All right, so let's open her up. That's what she looks like. Pretty blonde material, honestly. Pretty light looking. Now I'm sure there might be some bigger stuff throughout the mix, but it doesn't look like it's going to be much work for the classifying. Let's put that over there. Scoop this up. Does that give us a better view? Yes, finding gold always makes it better, Jeff. It really does. So let's pour some dirt in. This is kind of more sandy almost. It doesn't yeah, you found gold today at the coin shop and you bought it. Coin form? Or what'd you pick up? Oh, nice. Nice. Is it in an assay? That's always the best way to get it, you know. And at the coin shop where you probably get a little better of a deal than your standard person walking in the door. So that's even cooler, I'm assuming. I mean, you work there. 110, it's not bad. Like, not actually not a big break, honestly. Oh, it is a good piece. Pam Swiss is always nice. I like uh, I like the quality of their bars. They're a name brand for a reason. Hmm. So not seeing any huge nuggets in there, which is what we always look for, but we'll of course wash these rocks soon enough and see what's what in there. Yeah, gold's gonna keep going up, Jeff, until the day that it corrects a little bit and it's gonna go down a little bit, which is what we kind of need to start showing some resistance on the floor side. That way I can establish a new floor, and then at that point it's gonna skyrocket up from what everybody is saying. I don't predict the future. Nothing I say is ever any kind of financial advice. Just what I do works for me, you know. But, anyways, let's get back to finding some gold. Let's move this out of the way. Let's skip this over here. And we're going to do the kitchen strainer size. We'll do a little bit at a time, not a whole lot. There's a lot of material in here. See if we can't find some shiny. I know a lot of other channels don't classify, but that is really just a preference thing. I prefer to classify. Eventually, when my panning skills get good enough, I can willfully take on that kind of a challenge of not classifying. Look at that. You see that right there? I see that. See that? It's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. I see another piece right there, too. Just sitting on the top, waiting to be plucked. So classifying just makes it easier to pan in the long run, MSJ. So that's the reason why I'm separating it into different piles with different sizes. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a piece of gold right there. Right, y'all? That's not a bad piece right there. Look at that. 3 little pieces just chilling all right next to themselves. All right, let's finish classifying this stuff and get to panning, which is why we're all here. All right, I'm not going to go down another size. I don't think I need to. Ultimately, there's no need. So let's get classifier moved over, y'all. Let's get this smaller stuff moved right there, and that is a lot of material, you guys. That is heavy. That's a lot of material. Move that in the big spot there. This guy moved over. Yeah, Golden Marsh. MSJ, give me a second here. I'm gonna, just in case you want to pop on other people's channels and check them out, MSJ, you can, you're blue now, so you can pop around. And honestly, these are all white. I really, really don't think I have any need to really wash any of these. Right now, we'll do that later. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's anything in there. So slide it right back over into the big spot here. All right, so let's start with the Plus Kitchen strainer. And let's start washing some rocks, guys. That's why we're all here, right? Oh, my pleasure, MSJ. And honestly, this is the best savings account I've ever had too. I have to second that with you. I am a horrible saver. Horrible. Like the worst. So stacking is my savings account 100%. So I go against most stacker rules. I don't carry cash. I don't have cash. I don't keep expendable cash. I have a certain amount of money every single week that I spend on metals. Every week. Same amount of money. Sometimes I spend more than I should. But honestly, it's my savings account, and that's what I do. Steve, what's going on, man? Welcome in. I appreciate you coming by. So I throw too much towards my metals, but you know what? In the long run, it feeds my addiction of needing to buy something, and it's putting money aside that I didn't have put aside. So it's a win-win for me no matter what. I saw your video. You spent a lot. You got a lot of stuff that came in, or you were talking about coming in. 10 separate purchases or something like that. And that would mean at least 10 separate ounces, because you know 13 pieces. Yeah, because you don't normally pick up fractional unless it's like part of a set that you're trying to do, but or constitutional, don't get me wrong, but if you picked up 13 pieces, that means you picked up at least 13 separate ounces, which sounds like something I would try to do. Oh, that 1 gram. Yeah, that's nice. Brad, welcome in. That's super cool. I'm long on silver too, but right now, if you think about it, my silver to gold ratio is probably 60 to 1 right now, which means in my opinion, I'm too heavy on gold. I need to get more silver in to get it closer to. I'd like to be sitting at 75 to 80 to 1, something like that. So I need to get more silver in. I've been seeing this YouTube ad, 10-ounce bar for $105. Are you seeing that on your screen at all, MSJ? Or anybody? Are you seeing that at all? A 10-ounce RCM, Royal Canadian Mint, for $105. Is anybody seeing that on their screen? MSJ, I'm going to send you a link to it when I'm done, just so you could look at it, because honestly, it's on it's on my YouTube link, so it's in my feed. It does, right? It does. $110 for a 10-ounce bar. You can look. I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link. I'm not buying it. I just want you to look at it because I thought it was insane. It says it's 9999 or 999.9. It says it's an RCM bar. It's rated on the edges. I will definitely think, you guys, I'll post the link on my channel and then you can all look at it. Yeah, I know, $10 an ounce. I know, that's insane. So we got us a piece of shiny right there. We're going to go ahead and suck her up. Yeah, nothing else in there. Yeah, at $10 an ounce, it would almost have to be. It would have to be for that price. It's some sort of clearance, something or another, warehouse thing. I'll post the link and I'll put a post up there asking if anybody thinks it's fake. No, it says it's silver. I know. And what's up, FG? Well, we already found one piece. We're on our second pan, so we're not too deep into it right now. But yeah, so a 10-ounce bar for $105 or $110, whatever it turned out to be, but it's $100-something, $105 is what it's posted as. And we're talking a 10-ounce RCM bar for $105. Now, the only way that bar can be real and being sold at that price for anybody in their right mind is it's being sold by somebody who has no idea what it's worth. It's not an auction. It's not an auction. It says like 75 people have already bought it today. Of course, it's got one of those FOMO tactics on there saying that there's only so many left, so hurry up and rush on the deal while you can, and that makes it a little fishy as well, plus the pricing. But if it happens to be real, the only way it's real is because it's being sold by somebody who has no idea what the pricing is on it. And even if you wanted to hot sell it, you could hot sell that bar for $250, which is more of a believable price for a 10-ounce RCM, in my opinion. Then at that point, it's a hot sale, and they could put like, we have no idea what metals are, but we need to get rid of this, and this is what we were told it's worth. Ooh, you guys, there is some. Look at that. Do you see that? Hi, Al. Welcome in. You see that? I'm gonna finish washing this back so I can show you guys what I'm looking at. You know, that is one of the greatest things about panning, MSJ. You can see what I'm doing right now. I'm panning this stuff back, and you one last wash over the top, and you see gold. I mean, how sweet is that? What's up, Tio? Hey, man, I wasn't stepping on you at all, bro. I had this plan, and I was planning on going on at this time anyway. So please, wasn't trying to step on you by going on when you were on. But look at that, you guys. Not bad. Not bad at all. A couple of decent pickers in there. So, Baron, I don't know if you saw, but today we're panning the Bryan Thomas picker bag. It's a 1 gram picker bag. And those are pickers for sure. All right, so double check it really quick. I don't see anything else in there. MSJ, good night, man. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on your next stream. Appreciate your support. I really do. Running kind of low on some water. Let's get some water down here. All right. A3, welcome in. You know how we do it. We're just trying to find some shiny. Hone in my painting skills a little better, you know, because the better you get at painting, the more gold you recover on the first run. Work smarter, not harder, you know. Let's pins back, see what we got. Oh, look at that. Couple more pretty good, decent sized pieces there. Teo, you can stream now, I hear. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. That's awesome. So the bigs are not turning out to be bad. There's another big chunk right there. This is clearly a picker bag. There is a lot of picker gold in here, which, of course, it's called the picker bag, so I would imagine that there would be. Um, but of course, going through this, Creed, what's going on? Hold on a second, buddy. Let me make you blue. All right, Creed, you're blue. But it's a picker bag, so of course it's going to have pickers in it, right? And it is not disappointing by any means. I can't wait to get into that. There is so much material sitting right there. There is definitely gold in there. It's just going to be a matter of how much and what size it is. You know, not the greatest of panners, so if it's a bunch of flour gold, it's probably going to be pretty challenging for me. Not bad. A couple more pickers up in there. Gotta love that shiny. Creed, I gotta get a bag from you. You're on my list. But there's a lot of people that do Paydirts that I'm trying to get to. A lot of people in the community that do them, but I'm trying to mix it up. Like there's this company out in Nevada that has a Paydirt. It's $120, and they're pretty enticing to check it out. I really want to broaden my horizons for Paydirts, but I want to get everybody's Paydirt and at least pan a bag of it. So I've got to get a bag of yours, Creed. I've done Baron. Unfortunately, the Baron bags I got were from online, which I wouldn't imagine that if I got any other Baron bag, it would be any different because he's a businessman. That's what you do. You sell bags of Paydirt, you know. So you put a guarantee on it, you leave it the way it is, and you roll with it. People get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. Let's start moving some dirt. So I think we should do 3 scoops of this stuff just so I can check the difficulty level of it because I have no idea what I'm getting into. It's pretty sandy. It's gonna looks like it'll probably pan off pretty easy. Yeah, I know. I've seen people pan his stuff. I even watch his shorts of him roofing. I wanna show my support in the community. You know, um, with everybody, because you guys all show me your support. So come on. A lot of material. With this one, I got two of them. It's, yes, I have. Um, but I'm challenged by it because the ridges aren't the same size, and it really throws me off. The blonde sandbag, yeah, it's kind of what it's turning out to be. That's what it looks like. They're both the same. That's just a smaller version of it. No, I haven't panned with the bigger one yet, but it's just the bigger version of the smaller one. But the ridges, they throw me off. They were the ones that I got from my sluice fox sluice. That's where those two classifiers come from. I believe they're 3D printed. I'm not positive on that. But just the way the spirals work, it really throws me off because I don't know. I mean, I'd want to be in the center, but you got smaller ones and bigger ones. So then I want to lean more towards this side, right? And since they're not all the same size, I didn't even spend any real effort seasoning it because I just can't get anything in there evenly to do what I need to do to scratch it up and get it worn in. Now I know using it will do that, but I always have to take the chance of whatever gold I'm going to lose while I'm panning. I don't like that. Yeah, well, it's the first one that I ever used, and I seem to recover gold okay. For me, it's more along the lines of the angle of the pan. It depends on how much material it washes away, right? Like any other one, but for me, it works. I want to get one that has the smaller bumps on one side and the bigger ones on the other, but for it to be an even, I want it to be even rows. And what that'll do is will make it easier for me to pan because I want one with like a super sluice. Those pans are nice, right? But I've only seen the big side, and the reason I would want that is because you move material, right? A lot more with it. And I'm not looking at chat right now. I'm kind of just panning, so if I'm not paying attention to what you're saying or responding, don't be mad. But we got us a couple of nice pieces up in there. Move these rocks out of the way. Up in there. Not bad. So the sluice fox is not bad. Okay, it's not bad on the creek at all. But taking it apart and cleaning it and getting the gold out and recovering it because it's got two moss patches with ridges, right? And the moss patches have, because it's 3D printed, right? So the moss patches have a piece of plastic over the top of them, and you got to pop that out in order to get the moss. And I it's just more of a pain in the butt than it should be. So I'm gonna have to get a different this. Now it did recover gold, don't get me wrong. It's just a pain in the butt to get to it after it recovers it. Which, if it's not easy to clean, no, I bought it. It's a Sluice Fox Sluice, right? And it says it's 3D printed. They tell you that in the ad when you're buying it, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. They snap together. I'll show it to you guys in a second. I just gotta go grab it. It's behind me here. If you really want to see it. But just where the moss is and how you have to break it out is just kind of a pain. Tio, thanks for coming in, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming by and showing your support, bro. I appreciate you, man. Get some rest. I heard you have an early shift tomorrow, so. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, your name is 3D Woodworks, and I've seen you printing stuff as well. You guys, I watch everybody here. I mean, you don't realize I have a YouTube Premium. I got more than one device. I'll be streaming 2 different things on 2 different devices sometimes. Getting maximum amount of content in my head at the same time. So much content that I almost want to explode. What up, Woodsy? Just finding some shiny, and we've been pretty successful with this bag so far. Pretty successful. Bryan Thomas did not disappoint with this bag. Woodsy is 18 hours. It's either 15 or 18 hours ahead of us. So it is tomorrow for Woodsy, tomorrow evening. 2:10 Thursday. Look at that. Tomorrow early afternoon for Woodsy. Yeah. future. Yeah, Wizzy's talking to us from the future. That's funny. Anyway, so this is like the second pan of the small stuff. Oh, maybe the third pan. No, second pan of the small stuff. And we got like three to four small flakes out of it. Not super small, not super big, but I'd say more on the smaller side than the large side. Pan this down just a little more, and then we'll roll her back and see if we can't find some shiny in there. This is clearly the blonde sand bag. Somebody said it earlier, and they are 100% right. Oh, dude, you do you. Let's pan her back, see what we got. I didn't see anything on that one. Is your future self going to accept my offer on the house? Yeah, well, nothing in that one, which is fine. I'm not going to get something in every pan, but see if we get something in this pan. Let's go. And of course, I'll go through all the tailings, make sure I recover all the gold, because, I'm not the greatest of panners, but I do okay. I recover the minimum 98% of the time on the first run. So, that's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. I'm sure the Paydirt vendors probably do. I would imagine so. That's how they add to the difficulty levels in most cases, depending on what kind of dirt it is, I would imagine. What's up, Waller? A little trippy penny you found. Stamp was clearly not from the U.S. Mint, but that's cool that somebody did it. Like I said, I watch everybody's content. Everybody I'm sub to. If you're posting stuff, I'm watching it. That's cool. You get a bunch of prospectors in here, a couple of silver junkies and coin guys, so you might want to explain what DDO is. A double die, if I'm not mistaken. Obverse. Yeah. Yeah, one than the next. A small faint image of it in the backside. So you guys have all pretty much seen, most of you here has seen and commented on the humble stacker bars, right? The shiny or the one that's got the vintage look to it already. So I'm working with FG. FG, are you in here still? I know. I like them both too. Now look, I like the shiny silver also, but I like the toned one. You know. But I'm working with FG on designing my 500 sub bar. Now the consensus in that short, whichever way people vote, is going to decide which way that bar turns out to be. No, what's cool is the support that I get from, you know, all of you guys watching my videos, coming during lives, doing all that stuff. Now I know I'm new to lives, so this isn't like I'm a seasoned vet when it comes to lives, because this is all new for me anyways. But the fact that you guys all show up, you watch my videos, you hang out, you share me out, somebody deserves to get a fatty Humble Stacker 500 sub bar, and that's what I'm setting up. You know, I'm doing what I can. I just, this is more, I don't feel obligated to do anything. Now, I can tell you a couple weeks back, I was going like, have I been ignoring my YouTube channel? But no, I really haven't been. But honestly, I just, the fact that there's this many people that show interest in what I do is sick. And like I was saying before, and I say in every single one of my videos and lives, the stacker community or the coin community is so similar to the prospector community, it's insane. The people are both good, welcoming, great people. So you can find errors, Baron. You can find errors regularly, but whether or not the U.S. Mint classifies that what you see as an error determines whether or not it's got any additional numismatic value, from what my understanding is. Because there are known errors on coins that they're so known and there's so many of them that were struck that it doesn't matter if it's errored or not. It doesn't really make the coin worth anything extra. That makes sense. But unlike the 2023 quarter, for instance, there's a really well-known double die error on the lettering on the back side. But from what my understanding is, that coin's not worth much more because of it, because it's so known and they printed and they stamped so many of them that it's really not worth much unless it's more on the significant side. Oh, I love my silver too, Jeff. All right, so second pen, nothing. Now, I do understand this is the picker bag, and I do know that we did see silver in this material, but there is a lot of material to move. And 2 pans down and no gold sucks. I was going for it. I need more water here in a second anyways. Cool, man. I'll pop over. You know I will. I check out your stuff all the time. Jeff, I'm still waiting for some cocktails and coin stuff. That promised me the sun and the moon. Ain't sent me shit. $125 lappers, pretty serious. How big's the track? That does explain the lack of black sands, right? Yes, it does. And clearly we got some pickers, right? We got some doozers. So, I mean, they're not super huge or anything, but there's quite a few of them. So the lack of black sands is clearly because of it. This is all blonde and it's all sand, like sand. The only thing that could have made this, I know I don't know where he said the like dirt's from, like it was from a certain region or something like that. I don't remember. But what I can tell you is that it being a picker bag, we've got the pickers. I did see gold in this classification. It's just going to be a matter of getting through enough of it to get to it. Night, L. I appreciate you coming in. Dude, you're cool, man. How's he feeling? L, have a good night. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you and your support. Thank you. The only reason why I'm not moving this material super, super fast 3D is because I know there's gold in it and I know that it's a picker bag, but I don't want to miss some flakes or something that I know might be chilling in here, just hanging. Yeah, Jeff, make sure I get a sticker. I want to make sure I put it up on the board for it. Cocktails and coins. So you got a bender chip you're sending out too. Did Cartier get his poker chip from me today? Yes, I know it can. I know it can. And that's why I'm still panning it like I would any other dirt, and I'm not rushing through it because it can still have gold finds in it depending on where it's coming from if it's unsearched, and I understand that. Oh, and that's why I'm doing it that way. How's your new claim coming, Baron? I haven't seen any new. Oh, my wisdom. Your wisdom. You're the expert here, not me, man. I just am finding the gold that people like you stuff in the bag for me to find. You're the one out there finding the gold. And there's some claims around here that I was looking into staking on. But honestly, I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm not a geologist. I don't know what to look for when it comes to the lay of the land. So I have no clue. But if you guys haven't heard, my gold panning trip got canceled for the beginning of June. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be over in Gold Bar here. Yes, it's a town called Gold Bar. And there's like 4 or 5 gold claims out there. So I'm not going to be on anybody's claim, but I'm going to be hitting some creeks and some areas around there and seeing if I can't. I would imagine it is. But I definitely going to be streaming, hitting the creeks, trying to find a paved streak, and try to find some shiny in the wild. Now I will be battling. Now I use the term battling loosely with my 3D printed sluice, which as soon as I'm done with this pan, I have to get water. So I will show you 3D what I'm talking about, so you can see. Because I know you were asking about that earlier. You over by Silverdale? That's cool. I'm in Everett. Right behind Everett High. I want to stake a claim, Baron. I know where you are. I need your knowledge. You don't have to I don't want to pick your brain. Ask you questions. Done. I appreciate that. Thank you. I just, like I said, I have no idea what I'm looking for. I mean, look, I know what quartz looks like, and so I could identify a gold vein potentially. But looking at the side of a mountain and knowing whether I should go left or right, no clue. Yeah, Waller, you got a claim. Be out there finding some shiny, brother. Trust me, you guys, if I had to claim all my time, my free time, I would be out there. Anytime I'm not at my job, my days off. And trust me, my 9-year-old, my 10-year-old, Skylar, who has a tendency to pop on my lives and say hi, um, she is so down to do whatever when it comes to panning. She loves panning. She has a metal detector, so she'll be out there doing finds with me as well. She is all about whatever I'm doing. She's she's not my mini me, but she's one of my biggest fans. She's the one that talked me into doing this YouTube shit. Oh, I know. You can go to a claim that isn't claimed or not claimed anymore, and literally walk up, put your stake in the ground, put your paperwork down in the, stamp it down. I've seen people do it, and then go to the county and file your paperwork, and then in 30 days the claim's yours, from what my understanding is. But knowing where on that claim to look is my problem. Now I know that every claim should have a report stating how much gold or mixture of whatever metals, precious metals you can get off of the claim are at or on that claim. But I don't know if they tell you where they found those samples from. So I just, like I said, there's just so many unknowns that I don't know about. Yes, always find the inside of a creek on the bend. Yes, of course, because less force slows down. The gold doesn't move as fast. It has a tendency to drop to the bottom where it's supposed to because it's heavy when it comes around a bend like that. I get all that. Behind big rocks, always scraping moss. Yeah. I grew up, I don't know if you guys, for this, I keep saying it. I grew up on 1378 Placer Road in Sunny Valley, Oregon. My friend in school, his mom was dating a guy named RC, and RC lived up the mountain on the gold claim and panned gold for his living. I didn't think anything of it, never put it together. No significance at all to me at the time. Well, it almost would seem like dredging would be a good idea at that point. But dredging is illegal or frowned upon. Is there like a season now? Yes, back when gold was $400 an ounce. You're right. Just going to show how old I am. I ain't no spring chicken. Shit. Starting to finally get to some dark sands here. Still got a bunch of blonde, but finally starting to get to some dark sands. So much material to move. Yeah. I know it's regulated because of fisheries and things like that. And I get that. And I'm completely okay with that. Just from what my understanding is, the best gold is always where the fish are. Every video I've seen, everything, the best gold is always where the fish are. Oh, I see gold finally. Oh my god. I'll start to lose faith. So finally see some gold. Yes. Shiny. Love me some shiny. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was off camera. Hold on. There we are. All right. Ah, I feel so much better. Whew. All right, give me 1 second. I got to get some more water, and I'm going to show you that Sluice Fox 3D. Give me a second. All right. So, this is what I'm talking about. This right here. Here's the moss. This thing is a bitch. You gotta pop it out to clean the moss out. There's 2 of them. But the cool thing about this is there's a little plastic thing that goes over the top, and you can set this right on top and classify right into it. The problem is where the moss is being locked in by that plastic thing. You gotta pop those plastic things out, and they're not as user friendly as you had hoped them to have been. So I'm thinking about getting one of the metal ones like everybody else has. Or I'd like to get a dream mat or an indoor one as well, like a contained one, like a Sluice Buddy or something. I don't know. There's so many options. There's so much things out there to help me get my gold. Like a classifier set up like that. Yeah. Well, did you 3D print the sluice? I saw you said you were 3D printing some mats. Are the mats you're 3D printing, are they vortex mats? Like a dream mat design? Did you do a video on it? 'Cause I don't remember seeing one. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go back and look. Like I said, I watch all you guys' stuff, so if something slipped by me, it's my bad. That's the first I've heard of it, but I want to check it out. And I heard the hard mat, and I would imagine the hard mat would be harder, you know, and like, no pun intended, it would be harder to work with. So doing a soft mat would probably be better, but can you 3D print it? I mean, like, you have different materials that you can 3D print with, or are you just going to make a soft mat for your sluice? Because you can do that with just silicone. I've watched videos with guys making their own vortex sluice mat at home with literally just silicone and dye or paint, whatever you want to use for the coloring, and different size objects. It's crazy watching them do it. Well, that's good. Baron, thanks for coming in, dude. I appreciate you coming by. Dude, you're good. I appreciate you coming in. And I will email you, okay, Baron? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love them too. They're pretty sick. I'm looking at them right now. They're pretty sick. I like them. Yeah, I thought it was great. Of the silver ones, Cartier poured 3 of them. He kept number 3. He gave me number 2, and he sent B&B Prospecting number 1. So he got a bar today too. And I sent Don. Our Cartier Silver has 2 of these shovels. He's going to stack them on top of each other and pour me 2 of these shovels that is silver. Now look, is it practical? No. But seriously, a silver shovel digging through pay dirt to find gold? Come on. So it'll be double the size of the thickness of this one. So there's no patent issues at all. So I wouldn't have to worry about anything because it's twice as thick. So it wouldn't even classify for them to say anything. So he's going to stack 2 of them together. He's going to pour me a couple of them. And who knows? A humble stacker's silver shovel. Pretty fucking cool. So that shovel weighs 15.5 grams. So each shovel would be an ounce of silver or so. All right, man. Take it easy. I will email you. Thank you, Baron. Come on, let's find some shiny. Let's see if we can't find some shiny. Come on, roll this baby back. That is a very dirty piece of gold. That is a piece of gold. It's rolly too. Wants to move. Let's get her in the sniffer bottle while we can. Did I get you? Yeah. All right. All right. Dude, you're good. Yeah, right. A silver shovel. I thought that was pretty sick too. Now, Cartier said he could pour it for me when he saw me using it, and then B&B was like, "Hey, dude, I want a silver shovel." So then I sent him one, and he was talking about it was being too thin. So I'm like, "Why don't I send you another one? You can stack them on top of each other, just tack them together with some sort of glue or whatever, and I make them double thick, and that'll make it easier for you to pour." So he received it a couple of days ago, but he's fresh out of the hospital because he just had some work done. So we'll let him heal up a little bit before he starts pouring something. But I know what kind of a beast he is, so I know he's probably going to start pouring something soon because that's what he does. He's a machine. And yeah, there's nothing more therapeutic than panning for gold. So quiet, so easy, mind numbing. You don't think of anything except for moving dirt out of your way to find that shiny. Everybody loves that shiny. 70s pennies, I'm sure. Lots of material. So much more to work with. Probably not going to get through all this tonight. There's a big pile of dirt. But we will do a snuffer dump if I don't work through all of it, just to see where we're at. But let's see here. I got 6 people in here watching, so I appreciate all the hardcores. You guys all rock. Thank you. I noticed B&B didn't come over. He was talking about going to bed, so. Come on, Blonde Sam's, get out of the way so we can get to this gold. Let's go, shiny. Hey, at least it's 70s copper and it's not 92 zinc. You know what I'm saying, Waller? Four pieces of matte and 8 hours each to print. And you have to do them separately. Like you can't do 2 mattes on the same run because they're too big, right? I'm assuming. Or it's just too complex to do more than one at the same time. Which I understand as well. Understood. I know it blows. I know it's pretty. Shiny things are always pretty. But at the end of the day, they're only shiny for so long. And then at that point, those shiny ones, they ain't worth nothing. But them copper ones, they still worth something. In case it fails. That makes sense. That way you're not losing double the material. Which I understand completely, right? But it does slow production down. And that's the reason why it takes you 4 8-hour sessions to do it. Which is okay. I mean, it is complex. That makes sense. That just sucks. That's a long time to be waiting for something, but if it was easy to do, everybody'd be doing it. 3D. Right? Isn't that the same? If it was easy to do, everybody'd be doing it. Oh, that's fine, man. You're good. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, so I have no idea. I trust you and your expertise in that area, my friend. If you hear anything that is anything as a testimony to anything of the skills that you have on that 3D printer coming from my mouth, I misspoke. So please understand. I have no idea. Yeah, if it was easy, everybody be doing it. That's for sure. I know doing that stuff's not easy. Oh, designing, even putting the product in the right place so it prints it properly, I've heard you've had to do. Also, some things are too light. You got to tape them down, right? I think I saw that on one of your videos. Or like tack them down, or the 3D printing itself tacks it down as it's doing it because of the amount of heat or something. So you got to kind of pop them off so they don't break as you're trying to get them off all the way. Something like that. I think you printed some coin stands, didn't you? Some 3D coin stands. Isn't that what I saw you print? Glow in the dark 3D coin stands. I'm almost positive that's what I thought I saw you print. Am I right? That was you? A while back? Go. It strained your mind? What does that mean? Yeah. Didn't they tack to the plating or whatever they were sitting on, the material itself? Hey, dude, it was all good. You ever see any of my videos? I'm sure you have. You see any smidge of editing? Nope. I give it to YouTube raw. I do not know how to edit. I was talking to OC the other day. He was talking about how he edits off of his phone. I'm straight up. I'm like, yeah, okay. I am just an idiot then. How much do you sell those coin stands for, brother? Like, how much would you sell me a pack of 20 of those for? Why don't you email me if you can so we can talk? I'm going to be interested in some stuff. Oh yeah, no, it takes way longer to edit a video than it does to make it. I am aware of this. I am a peon when it comes to those things. I have a Chromebook. It's not even considered a laptop, so I can't download some programs. $10 for 20 of them. The glow in the dark ones. Well, I definitely want it to be a different color when it's on light than when it's glowing. Otherwise, what's the purpose? So we'll talk. We'll talk. That's a good deal. I'll take you up on that. I want to get something that I can put on the back side of like when I'm doing my videos that has my name on it, my channel name. So I want to figure something out that's uh, big enough for that. Plus, my sticker board is so full at this point, and it's so large. I got more stickers to put on it that I'm going to be having to change my whole filming area and moving it to a different area where I have more space. Because, like I said, I mean, I don't do anything special when I'm filming, but I do have an area that I do film in when it comes to my coins and the stacker stuff that I talk about. Right now, I mean, I'm in my living room sitting on my couch panning this gold. That's cool. I won't need any smaller ones, but definitely ones that'll hold a 1 ounce up to maybe a 10-ounce bar if needed. Like I said, we'll talk. For those prices, it's hard not to jump on it. Because, I mean, you spend fucking $7 or $8 on 20 of them on Amazon anyways. So why not support somebody in the community for a couple extra dollars more and get some cool ones that glow in the dark that are more personable. Through these blonde sands, we're almost down to this last little bit. I do see some shiny, which is good because I was starting to get a little worried about another pan of not having any real gold in it. Well, not real gold. I mean, there's plenty of gold here, but being a picker bag, it makes sense. But there is some shiny in this. I saw it, and there she be, starting to show her face right there. See if we can't find more than one piece in there. But even at this point, one piece is better than no piece. Yep. One piece, but like I said, that's better than nothing. Um, we're definitely ahead on this bag for sure. I'm almost positive. You guys hear that? Yeah, color is awesome too because clear is fine, but clear sucks. Add some character to it. Give it some flair. All right. Um, 3D. Where are you at? You're on the West Coast, right? You said you're in Silverdale. Okay. What time is it? 10:14. Okay. Yeah, Barron's like in Kelso. That's like a 4.5 hour drive for me. Silverdale, you're probably, yeah, I know. You're probably what? I'd say 4.5 hours. That's if I take the land route, right? Or do I have to take a ferry to you? I think I have to take a ferry from Edmonds, if I'm not mistaken. In good traffic. So what you're saying is three, 3.5 to 4 hours for average traffic in Washington because it sucks dog shit here when it comes to traffic. Still, that's not bad. You guys are all within an emergency drive if need be, or a fun drive. Oh, I'd almost have to go to. I would have to leave from Mukilteo. I think. I don't know. Who knows? You never know which ferry is going to be running or not running these days because the ferry system sucks because we don't maintain anything around here. sucking the life out of you. I work in Bothell, right in Canyon Park there. Yeah, that's what I thought, Edmonds, but I wasn't sure. Oh, dude, you're good. That's what happens when you smash them with a hammer your whole life. Oh! I'm assuming you were a working man? Hands cramping. Yeah. Local what? Like Labor's Union in Seattle? Not in Ballard there? Isn't that where that one was? Almost ready to retire, so you're still working. Wall, are you still in the room? I know you're still racing. I know you're working still. Ready to retire, man. I can't wait. I got a while to go, though. I know I got a while to go before I can hit that point. I'll get there, though. There's a lot of things that I've wanted to do that I'll never be able to do in my lifetime or in the foreseeable future. You know, like own a home or start a business. I've wanted to start a business so many times, but life gets in the way. Can't put the time aside. Don't find a way to do it. 252, 440, 242 are all the labor unions. One day at a time. It is a fact. One day at a time. I'm hoping we're going to find some shiny in this pan. Lots of black sands. Let's pan her back. See what we got. Give me some shiny. Give it up. Give it up. Nothing in that pan. That's all right. You on a tree service too? That's cool, man. Like I said, I've never been able to get to that point. That'd be awesome. Alright, so before you guys both need to leave or whatnot, I don't know how many people are still in here. 6 people watching still. Well, thank you all still. Come on, baby. Give me some gold. I love gold. Yeah? Well, I was never much of a drinker in the first place, but I had an aneurysm 9 years ago, and it kind of affected the spot where like all of my tolerances are. So I can drink and drink and drink and be well above any kind of legal limit whatsoever and be high functioning. So just even more of a reason for me not to drink. Fortunately, with the aneurysm, I didn't have a stroke, which is the killer of all killers when it comes down to it. The stroke is what gives you the damage. The pop isn't giving you damage if you catch it in time, which I felt a lot of pressure in my head and made the appropriate phone calls instead of just taking some Tylenol and hoping it was a bad headache. I knew it wasn't. So fortunately for me, I called the right people and I got the right people involved and I got fixed up without any long-term damage, but some people aren't as lucky as me. Yeah, it was. The worst part was sitting in the ICU and in Harborview for 3 weeks with the tube hanging out of my head. Now, I'm not in the laborers union, but I've always been a working man. Didn't matter what the job was. I always went to work. I did my job. I supported my family. I do all that stuff, right? So, being a working man, being a working man stuck at a hospital, not being able to move or being told that you can't walk around or do anything because you got a tube hanging out the back of your head sucks. So that was rough, man. That was rough. Couldn't go to work. They wouldn't let me have water. No water, no soda, nothing. So you know salt's bad for you, right? Salt's the devil. Salt's the devil. Don't have salt. Limit the amount of salt you have. Sodium's bad for you. Sodium's super, super bad for you, right? Sodium's bad for you? Well, you know what? Neurologist's best friend? Sodium. Best friend, sodium. Because sodium makes your brain heal faster, from what they say. So I was on the highest percentage saline drip, 2.5%. I was on 4,000 milligrams of salt tablets every 4 hours, along with a cocktail of other drugs they had me on. But one thing I was not going to let our medical system do to me was let me leave the hospital with some sort of chemical dependency on the oxys they were trying to feed me every 4 hours. So 2 days into my stint, I took myself off the medications. I took myself off the pain meds. Ibuprofen and Tylenol only. And the nurse looked at me like I was nuts. She said, "What are you talking about? You don't want any pain meds?" And I said, "No, I want ibuprofen and Tylenol." And she said, "Can I ask why?" And I said, "Because there's no way that I'm going to let you guys let me leave here with some sort of funky pain pill addiction, because you guys fed me stuff that I didn't need." So 2 days into my 3 weeks at the hospital, I took myself off the pain medication. I learned a lot about myself while I was in the hospital. I had a tendency to sit and think and ask questions and talk to people and doctors, find out about me, things that I had no idea about, things that's their profession, so they just had no problem just telling me what I wanted to know. But it was definitely a life-changing experience, because it was almost a life-ending experience. It's definitely changed the way I look at certain things. Yeah, so I took myself off. Like I said, I wasn't going to let them let me leave there with some sort of weird chemical addiction. Now, granted, I did. So they did tell me that, like, if you want, you can just ask for them and I'll let you have them, which is fine, because there was a time or two where I was like, okay, like I need something a little heavier. But ultimately, at the end of the day, 3D, it was just so I could get some good sleep. I wasn't in any kind of real pain. I just wanted to sleep because the bed was so uncomfortable and I was stuck in the same position for 3 weeks. It sucked. Now, I was up sitting in the chair and doing things like that, so I didn't get like bed sores or anything, but it sucked. It sucked. I'm talking like I work a physical job, you know? I work at, like right now, I work at Discount Tire as an assistant manager. I'm an assistant manager at Discount Tire, second in command. But there's times where I need to be out back, moving tires, selling tires, putting tires on, changing them, doing stuff. So I'm not like stuck at the counter all day long. I'm actually doing stuff. So when I was told you couldn't do nothing but sit here and heal, that's quite the ego blast. One of the worst things about that whole situation, other than almost dying, of course, is the day, like, so I'm there, they end up doing surgery on me, wake me up, which is what they need to do to make sure I have, just to test my cognitive skills and my physical skills and all that other stuff, which I completely get. But the financial lady stops by and she goes, so I need a copy of your insurance. So I give her my insurance card. Now, I worked at Key Bank at the time as a banker. I'm a licensed banker, just so you know. I have my Series 6 and 63 investment license. But still, that's why I say at the beginning of every single one of my videos, nothing I say is financial advice, because it's not. But I am licensed to give financial advice, ironically enough. But anyways, getting past all that, fucking Christ, my hand is killing me. She asked for my insurance card, so I gave her my insurance card. Well, my job at Key Bank ended a couple of weeks beforehand. I was switching jobs, was in retro. So I give him my card thinking that I've still got Cobra benefits, which is what you have when you leave a company to another one, so you have coverage in the interim, right? Thinking I got Cobra benefits. Guess what? No Cobra benefits. My Cobra benefits ended the day before my aneurysm. Now, if that ain't some fucking shit right there. Yeah. So the financial lady looks at me. She says, sir, your insurance isn't valid. And I said, what? I should have Cobra benefits still. So your Cobra benefits ended yesterday. How are you going to pay for this? Now, granted, I'm sitting. First, just woke up after surgery. Lady is asking me for payment. Fresh off the table, man, she's wanting payment. Crazy as that. Yeah, man. So I look at her and I said, well, I just gave you my insurance card. You tell me my insurance isn't valid. Did you want me to rip open my checkbook and write you out a check? because I don't have that ability to do so. And she says, okay, so let me see what I can do. She does, comes back a couple hours later. Well, Mr. Warsaw, this is what I was able to do for you. She signed me up for Obamacare. And Obamacare paid for 80% of my bill. 80% of my bill. So I know you're probably not like a mathematician or anything, but 24-hour nurse, 3 weeks straight, plus the surgery by the hospital, worked up to be about $93,000 a day. $93 stacks a day. So Obamacare paid for 80% of it, leaving me the rest. The hospital washed it off their books. So I walked out, being part of some study thing for them, because not too many people get out with no cognitive or physical problems like I did, so I got pretty lucky. So they waived the rest of the other 20%, and I get a clean bill of health and no medical bills from the situation. Which is kind of crazy when you think about the way that whole series of events worked out financially when it came to the insurance, to COBRA benefits, the nice financial lady that straight looked at me and felt for me and said, let me see what I can do, and went and worked her fucking magic. So for all you naysayers out there saying that Obamacare didn't do shit for nobody, I am living fucking proof that it did. That's all I gotta say. That's all. Whole moral to the story. Financially, I got out free and clear because Harborview waived the 20% that I owed them, and Obamacare did its job and took care of somebody when they needed it to. Yeah, you're telling me, brother. You're telling me. I saw the medical bills. There is nothing worse than paying off a debt to something that you've already received, but you don't really even realize the benefit or the, reap the rewards of it other than your own life, which I get, but it was like another day. I fell asleep and woke up. It was like another day, but it cost me $1.1 million to wake up and be catered to for 3 weeks. It was just nuts, man. It was nuts. 14 days in ICU is the 93,000. I had to talk them into running final tests on me to release me. You want to hear something nuts? Here's something nuts. So we're talking about a doctor who doesn't want to let you leave unless your sodium level in your blood is a 135, which is the average. 135. Remember, 135 is the average. Mr. Warsaw, you're still a 132. The doctor doesn't feel comfortable letting you leave until you're a 135. Okay, I get that. I get that, but we're 2 days into this now, and I ain't gone any higher than a 132. So let's just talk for a second. Can we talk for a second? She's like, sure, let's talk for a second. I'm like, okay. We're talking about averages here, right? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, look, I'm no mathematician, but I know you're not either. So what's an average? An average is a high and a low, and then you divide it by however many consonants there are in it. That's an average. That's how you get to an average. She's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. What if I'm just naturally a 132? What if I'm the low side of the average, lady? What if I'm the low side that makes it a 135? Do you and my doctor ever think about that? Why don't you take me off all this crap? Test me for 3 hours straight. If my shit don't drop, then let me go. Fuck, I had to talk her into letting me fucking leave. So the doctor agreed to take me off all the stuff. 3 times go by, no problems. She comes to me and says, hey, the doctor said that was a great idea. We can get you released. I'm like, fucking A. Me and the doctor should have talked a week ago. So I had to take a break while I ranted. Tell my story. There's not too many people know my story. It's kind of weird. I'm saying it on live on YouTube for the whole world to check it if they want it. But that's my story, man. Been through some shit. Oh, man. Thanks for listening. I'm just sitting here rambling. You're sitting here listening. You could have left anytime you wanted to. I could have been sitting here talking to myself. Here we get another piece of shiny. Not going skunked. I like that. But like I said, thanks for listening. And please don't, not that you ever would, but I just, I'm a firm believer in not judging people at all for really anything until they really do me wrong. Or somebody else that I know or something, just I associate myself with people that I prefer to be around. So please, if you don't mind, not that you would, please don't judge me for anything. If I ever do something that is unworthy of you, just tell me so I can rectify the situation. Things are so much. People blow too many things out of proportion. There's too many things not to worry about. Too many people worry about the smallest stuff and they don't need to. So what do you want to do? You want to hang out and pan some more with me? I mean, I don't want to bore you if you got to go. I understand. You guys all still here still? How many we got? We got 6 people watching still? So if you're down, I'll do another couple of pans and then do the snuffer dump, or I can just do the snuffer dump now if you want to split, bro. Or anybody on the line, you guys want to just snuffer dump so you can go? Or are you cool hanging out? Alright, no response gets dirt. Right on. I'm just going to do this last pan then and do a snuffer dump. I'm just glad I'm not getting skunked on these pans right now. Every time. I always get the guaranteed amount. I always get the guaranteed amount, if not more. There's never a time where I buy a bag and it's not what they say is supposed to be in it, or I can't find what it says is supposed to be in it. My panning skills are not as bad as I say they are, but I always get what I'm supposed to. For the most part, I've yet to really come up short on any bag. Even when I first started getting Paydirt bags, I was buying like Klesh Paydirt bags, which is absolutely fucking stupid. But I was buying Klesh Paydirt bags, and I'd always get what he guaranteed in his bags, even though his ROI sucks donkey shit. But I'd still get what he said was supposed to be in the bags. So my painting skills aren't horrible. They're just not as good as I'd like them to be. Now, I have bought Paydirt bags that don't have a guarantee. They just say has gold in them and they don't guarantee anything. I've bought those before. You know, everybody makes that mistake on Amazon. But knowing people in the community has made it easier for me to branch out, get good Paydirts, know who's going to give you the best ROI, which of course is return on investment, which I know you already knew that. So who's going to give you the best ROI and things like that. Give me some shiny. Yes, I have multiple times. And I know that you can run a water system as long as you're off the coast a certain amount of feet. So I've thought about doing that multiple times. I don't want to make that trek by myself. That sounds like a thing that I would want to do with another prospecting buddy and go out and see if we could maximize what we could get out of there. But yes, I have definitely thought about it multiple times. There are lots of garnets in this bag. I want to go too. Let's do it. Let's set it up. I'm down. I got the first week of June off. Let's do it then. Let's do it in 2 weeks. Hey man, I'm down. Do you know who AAA Rockhound is? Dude, I am so down. He's a local to me as well. He Life of a Gold Prospector, I think is his new channel, something like that. Okay, so I got a lot of material still to work. I'm not going to work on that right now. I'm just going to do a snuffer dump, and then I'll do the rest of this tomorrow or the next day. Oh my God. You ready? You watching? That is not bad, bro. I'll hold it up so you can see it better without some glare. There we go. Yeah. How about that? That's what I'm talking about right there. And there's still more gold in here in this sand. I know there is. I know there's still more gold in there. It's just going to be a matter of getting through a couple of pans to find a small piece, getting through a couple of pans to find a small piece. Maybe I'll actually classify the rest of this down with a smaller classifier and see if I can get some of that gold out without having to work through all of that dirt. But that is not a bad haul for right now. I will take that all day long. Yeah. Yes, sirree. Dude, there are some pickers in here, though. Definitely some pickers. I don't know where we're going to be on the 1 gram area. Actually, I'm going to... Let's see. Yeah, I like nuggets too, bro. Whew. It almost sucked. Oh, that did suck. Yeah, I know. I know you saw what I did too. I didn't drop a lot, but it was 1 piece. I saw it pop out of the pan. I won't even need to let it sit overnight. I'll just let it sit for a little while. It'll still settle and show me what I needed to see. But if I can get some of the water drained out of it, that'll still help. Actually, I see it right there. And actually, I can show you it right there. Check this out. All right, check this out. See it? And right, chaw, is my hunk of gold that I dropped. And from what I can see, and where it actually landed, that is the only hunk of gold it looks like I lost. Let's double check. Slide, slide, slide. Shiny, shiny flashlight. Nope, we're good. All right, stuff out. I recovered the gold. You should get a bag. Considering the fact that you can print your own pan and all that other stuff, you should definitely get a bag because you can make most of your own materials. Doesn't cost you anything. It is twice the fun for you, especially the fun making the product and then fun using it. All right. Well, I feel better now that I recovered that nugget. Much better. Hey, check it out. G-Man sent me a sticker. Oh, 3D. I need a sticker from you. I only got a piece of like cardboard cutout from you, so I don't have something to put up on my sticker board, bro. The Garrett Super Sluice looks sick. Having the big fat ridges like these ones are good because you can move a lot of material. But keep in mind you're gonna want to have some smaller ridges on there too. Oh, I know. Then they didn't have ridges then. Oh, you're good. When you send me your stuff, then I can send you mine, and you'll get a poker chip. And I don't have any new like cool, super cool stickers. You'll get my humble stacker sticker, but definitely get a sticker. I love gold. We got flat gold. We got round gold. I don't see any wire gold in here, but definitely different styles of gold up in this bitch. What will start a new tube of poker chips? You will start a new tube of poker chips? You have a full tube of poker chips? That's awesome. Dude, I was so excited when I got my poker chips. Not like it's any major feat or anything, but I was like super excited. Just stoked. I'm all bringing it to work and showing my coworkers are like, yeah, okay, who cares? You're the only one excited about this right now. But whatever. I was stoked. All right, I'm gonna dry this gold and I'm hitting the bed. I gotta get some sleep. I work tomorrow at 6. Night Waller, thanks, bro. I appreciate you hanging and chilling in the background, man. Did you see the snuffer dump? And that's what we got, Walls. So far, I got a whole bunch more material to go. So I'll weigh this tonight. And I'll have a pan the rest of it out tomorrow, and then I'll do a complete snuffer dump and a weigh in for all the gold tomorrow. Do a short on it. Clean this mess up tomorrow. I'm going to bed. All right, you guys. Thanks for chilling. I'll hit you up later. Both you guys email me. Waller, email me. I want to get you one of my stickers. I don't think I got your email before, so I could get you something out, bro. And 3D, email me too. I want to talk about some coin stands and stuff. And maybe going up to Cape Disappointment and collabing on something, man. I'm completely down with that. So let's do something. We got 2 weeks to put something together. If not for a day, let's do something. I got a full week, so let's do something. All right, boys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chilling with me while I found some shiny. You guys, but I'm gonna check out. I'll see y'all later. Peace.